Armand swore the attic was empty. Every night I hear chains rattling up there. Part 2. Last night I stood frozen at the base of the attic stairs, watching that latch shake and buck with deliberate, rhythmic force, and then it gave way and swung open. A woman dropped down from the hatch opening, her wrists rubbed raw and red, her eyes adjusting to the hallway light like she hadn't seen open space in weeks. She said her name was Knight, Arman's former business partner, and that he'd been keeping her up there for 6 weeks, feeding her just enough to keep her quiet and telling her I was dangerous, that I'd call the police if she made a sound. The chain I'd been hearing every night wasn't settling pipes. It was Knight dragging her ankle chain across the floorboards in the dark, trying to make enough noise that someone below her would finally ask questions. I sat her down at the kitchen table with water, and I had to remind myself to breathe while she talked. He told me when I moved in that the attic had been empty for years, that the hatch hadn't been opened since the previous owner used it for storage. Knight said she and Arman had been business partners for 4 years, and that she discovered he was funneling money through their shared accounts, deliberate transfers structured over months to look like routine business activity. When she confronted him with the documentation, he didn't get angry, he got calm. He invited her here under the pretense of resolving things quietly, walked her upstairs on some thin excuse, and locked the hatch behind her before she understood what was happening. 6 weeks. She'd been rationing the food he left every few days and dragging that ankle chain across the floorboards each night, hoping whoever was living below her would eventually find it strange enough to investigate. I grabbed my phone and everything went cold. 12 missed calls from Arman, all in the past 30 minutes, meaning someone had tipped him off the moment Knight came down through that hatch. She read my expression before I could speak. "He knows I'm out," she said. "We have to call right now." The police arrived in under 9 minutes. When Arman pulled into the driveway and saw the squad cars blocking the path, he threw his car into reverse, but they had him surrounded before he could back out. They walked him past the front window in handcuffs, and I stood there, unable to move. I haven't gone back up to the attic since that night. Not because I'm afraid of what's there now, but because I can't stop thinking about all those nights I slept right below her and told myself it was just the pipes. Follow if you want to hear what happened at the hearing.